Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We're playing in the Incursion League as a hardcore solo self-found Arc Trapper. And today we're gonna run the Conservatory map. And it has quite a nice set of mods on it. Enemies deal extra lightning damage. They are a lot faster movement attack and cast speed. Monster attacks chain. Their attacks are more accurate and my dodge chance is unlucky, so that means whenever I roll for dodging, if I succeed, it gets rolled again, so I have a double chance to lose, so to say. That's not great for actually succeeding at your dodges. And monsters have increased critical strike chance. It's plus 200%, base chance is 5% if I remember correctly, so they have a 15% chance to crit, and crits hit harder. 30% more crit multiplier. Monster crit multiplier is 30 by default, so actually their crits are now going to be 60. If you combine that with the extra lightning damage, it means their potential spike damage is going to be nice and high. So this will be interesting and fun. I haven't run the Conservatory yet. The wiki tells me it's based on the bathhouse, and the boss is going to be none other than Hector Tertusius. Well, a cloned version of him. It is very possible that due to the chaining that the golem and my decoy totem are going to be more of a hindrance than a boon, but we will see about that. As a trapper I don't have to get too close to the enemy, so that's something I ought to try and stick to. If I keep the enemies at bay, hopefully things will work out. Yeah, last episode we found a lot of items, so after going through all of them, I ended up upgrading 2 items. This is an old item I actually had in my stash still. 30% movement speed, 110 life thanks to a good life roll as well as a hybrid life armor roll. And a bit of cold resistance. There's still a suffix slot that I could mastercraft on top of it, but right now I don't need to fix any resistance holes, so I've just left it as it is. It's armor based, I don't really care about armor, but the base color did allow me to move my castman damage taken setup with Enfeeble and Immortal Call and add an increased duration. So now I've got my Stone Golem and Flame Dash in here. And because I had a red socket here, I just added Fortify to it rather than Blind. So the golem, it fortifies itself, hopefully making it a little bit sturdier. And Grace is now in here. Also added a different ring to the mix. It's good resists on here. And there's a better life roll on here than I had before. Net result is I've got now got over 4100 life. Actually I had a 4170. I think I was just under 4000 before. So that's quite a nice increase. And I still got 4 life nodes left in the cyan wheel. So that 20% added life should probably push me over 4500 life, which is quite a nice base amount to have. If you combine that with evading, blocking, dodging, and just physically sidestepping some attacks, it gives me a decent survival potential. Oh yeah, and of course, and there's 250 energy shield. It's not going to be reliable in most fights, but for initial fights it's of course going to be there. And the nice thing about it is of course the first damage there. It should help with the Immortal Call, because that's only needs 520 points of damage to trigger. So if they shoot through my energy shield, then half of that is already done. And I only need to lose another 250 life before Immortal Call triggers. And I'll be physically immune for 0.6 seconds. It's not a lot, but all the little bits do help. So we're gonna run into the arena Hector Tertusius with lots and lots of mods. Let's do this. So he's a bit of a charger. Just want to try and keep him at a distance. Got two things that are good at dodging. So just want to try and just get him to go for the totem. So don't really want to get hit myself. Never really a good thing with chargers or any kind of other physical attackers. But he's very much focused on both the golem and the decoy totem. And therefore I could do this without too much opposition. There. Got some items. Might as well. Yeah, okay. That was not helpful. Seriously. I keep clicking on my stash, but the portals overlap. Maybe this is not the best location for those portals. Not a big issue right now per se, but at some point I'm gonna wish for all the portals. Let's carry on clearing the rest of the map. Very serene, calming music. Okay, all of them had 1 point of life remaining thanks to this buddy. Oh, of course, Alpha Valai. Haven't seen her yet this map. It's gonna be a new temple. Let's clear out some stuff first though.
Orb of fusing.
Can't resist picking that one up. Ooh, hello. Goodbye. Alright. Seeing hexproof once again reminds me I could have cursed the boss, but Alpha, what is up? Ooh, the temple is linked with a couple of other things, and we got a royal meeting room, faster mobs, tormented spirits, and splinter research. So this is a nice little cluster. Gem cutter workshop. So that's the one I want to link to. That is the bottom right. That's the one I really want to link to. And then if need be, the lightning workshop is a nice secondary concern. Let's see, some TP, increase monster damage, or strong boxes. I think I'll go for the strong boxes. They have the nice upside. So bottom architect, bottom right arena or doorway. Okay, bottom architect, bottom right arena. One little thing, detail in the gear upgrading is, yes, I gained more life. I did lose a little bit of chaos res. I had 11 on the boots. Stones. I want the stones. So I needed to be in the bottom left, bottom right. Ooh, 2, nice. Okay, Mario, yes. Whoa, let's not get hasty here. I think my extra life might have saved me. That definitely got way closer than I would have been comfortable with. And we got another stone, might as well upgrade something. Whew. Wow. That gets the heart pounding. Prophet Alarm, plate vest, 2 twin boots. Did get at least some items for my efforts. So what did we get? The broken crown. Gems are supported by level 20 cast on death. Yeah, that's not really gonna help me. It's a lot of chaos res on there. Increase damage on low life. Reduce mana regen. Nah, I don't think I'm a big fan of this. Also, you can't actually use the gems, which is less helpful. And of course, Bramblejack. We had at least one more portal remaining, so let's just empty the pockets. Yeah, 2 even. Definitely have to watch the the replay to see just exactly how close I got to ripping this character. Well, things of course are rather dangerous down there, and I think all the mods here, they do inherit, so the enemies are a lot more dangerous. And those projectile things, normally of course they don't hit me, but if they're chaining towards me, they have a lot better opportunities. Okay. Yeah, that was not a good thing either. Felt like I got stunned, maybe? It was difficult to get out. Or maybe did I get frozen without really realizing it? I did say it was a dangerous map. Might be that by simply using the word dangerous, I'm underestimating a little bit exactly just how dangerous it is.
Immense power.
Let's upgrade this to a very dangerous map. Maybe that will get me to play a little bit more cautious. Just maybe. Okay. Well, the encounters that which otherwise are perfectly normal, suddenly lethality dialed up a little bit. We're still alive. That's the most important part. There's room for improvements, but there always is. And it is by doing the slightly more extreme maps that you do gain a good appreciation for that. At least that is what works best for me. If the maps are too easy and I don't need to play with 100% focus, and no, just by virtue of me being me, I will not give it 100% of my focus. Because giving something 100% of your focus is very exhausting. So you only do it when really required. Okay, there's a little corner there. Oh, actually there's a room here that I haven't gone into that has blues. So let's just set up a death trap here, let them come to me. And that was actually the room. Wonderful. And it is about 13 or so minutes. That means we definitely have space remaining for another map. Gavel every once in a while, just try to pick up one of them and just put them in the box with hammers. And then once I start overflowing with tier 1 maps, I can just turn them into chisels that I can use for other things. But not too much. Okay, so that was a tier 5. So what comes after 5? 6. It's another rare. It is still a first yellow map though. Increased monster variety and bloodlines. And I think we're quite overcrowded in those scrolls, so let's cut them out. Yeah, we'll pick up a different look for the portal. Yeah, we're gonna go for a different look for the portal. Can I go for one that is a little smaller? Let's just go for a simple purple one. Fields. Go. Yeah, see, a little smaller. Maybe the chance of accidentally clicking them is less. Also, let's just start in the top corner. So if I want to go to the stash, I'm not accidentally clicking them. Go counterclockwise. Okay. Let's do this. So the boss here should be based on Groost. And Bloodlines is the only real thing, so by comparison this is probably going to be a much easier map than before. Though the variety will of course keep things interesting, since you never really know exactly what kind of opponents you can expect. So both maps here, first time I'm actually doing them, which makes things interesting. In some of the previous leagues I focused very much on just unlocking all the tier 1 maps and then unlocking all the tier 2 maps and then the tier 3 maps, and then the league was done. So now I'm just doing a little bit more, just trying to at least unlock the highest tiers I possibly can, and then going back and filling in the blanks. And that way I do get some exposure to maps I haven't played before. Okay, I think we got enough space here for Alpha. Where are you sending me? Lightning Workshop. Okay, so we want to connect that to the Strongbox chamber. Reduce max resists, I don't think that's a good idea, so let's just go with lightning. Lightning on the architect is fine. So left top doorway, upgrade the chamber. Elemental thorns, good thing is it only reflects it back towards the traps, not towards me. Okay, that one looks resistant, so I cursed it. And oh, hello there. I'll curse you, I'll trap you. Okay, beamies, make the beamies stop hurting. Okay, that is good. Okay, I wasn't really here for the architect, so I need to get some kills. I don't think that's gonna work out. Nope. Okay, so we upgraded it, but we can't get to it. Well, there's probably gonna be another opportunity for that. As always, the important bit is I survived. Everything else is of secondary concern. Okay, looks like there is a set of rooms linked to each other. Or is this simply walking into the boss thing? It's the exciting bit about going to a map you haven't played before. I have no idea what to expect. It's also the confusing part about it, since you have no idea what to expect, so you're not quite sure how to efficiently go through it. So there might be a little bit more backtracking required than normal. Okay, so the bridge connects back to where we came from. Let's just clear the first part before moving forward. Oh, hello, goodbye. Got popped by the golem. Lovely. 6 sockets. It's always nice to sell items with 6 sockets for jeweler's orbs. Especially since I don't use bows myself. Okay, first island is clear. Oh. Didn't actually scout it, but it looks okay. An army of scarecrows. Look at me, not quite being scared.
Orb of fusing.
I think in the previous map, the lack of dodge combined with increased enemy offense, it was more or less a perfect storm of mods. I'm very happy I did survive it. Living blood, you get a concealed blood out of that. Okay, cool. So funny enough, acceleration shrine in previous build, it almost terrified me because I went so fast. For this build, acceleration shrine is actually incredibly helpful. Okay, boss fight, let's do this. So let's the ghost fight, get some add-ons, thermally, got some projectiles. That's also fine with me, really. Oh, let's curse you, that's going to be helpful. Fun thing is, of course, you can blast rain only once. I'm nearly immune to arrows, so that's not really gonna help me. So taking him out, not that big a deal. And then there are only 2 mobs remaining, and you know what? Those we call lucky duckies. Only 1 portal was strictly required. We did get 2 map drops, tier 4 and tier 1. So, you know what? We got some time. Let's append another map to this run and go for tier 6. So, Academy map. Actually, we had another tier. It was a tier 6 we just did. So we go for another tier 6, yes. And now we get Nemesis as a counterpart to Bloodlines, and I have point blank. Well, I don't really care since I don't fire projectiles. So that should be fun. We put it in, we take them out. Okay, so this has a very strong library feel to it. So I'm gonna be a little bit surprised about what's gonna come out of this one. Could be that it is just a reskinned library, could be that it is, or a renamed library, that's maybe a better way of putting it. Could be that it is something new and awesome. Ooh, Haunted Mansion. I don't have that one yet, so it must be an adjacent one. So far it very much has a library feel to it. A little bit of branching, some dead end rooms. So I wonder if this is a dead end room or if it's just gonna connect back to each other. Whoa, let's not stay too close. Also in the darkness the enemies just creep up here. Okay, this has a... Okay, there's a boss fight here, that's gonna be fun. And afterwards we have a remainder of the map to clear. Also we have an alpha to find. What's this gonna be? If this is just a renamed version of the library or the museum, I think it was called before, then it's gonna be the Malagaro lookalike. But we'll see. So far, looks like it. Let's just clear things out a little bit. Oh, Arbiter of Knowledge. So that's the based on Trinian. Oh, made myself curse immune. Oh, note to self. I should have cursed him. Keep making that note quite a lot. But hey, that just says something about no habits, difficult to learn, difficult to unlearn. If the fights last this short, do you really need the curses? I'm arguing you could get away with not cursing. It's mostly there for the even higher tier maps or the maps where you really do require it or where the enemy is extremely resistant. Building up good habits, so cursing things that ought to be cursed, that helps. Okay, little dead end room. And then from here on we can go back. There were a couple snakes there. Yep, now they're not. Fun things about snakes, they shoot projectiles. So even at point blank, I don't think they're gonna do all that much to me. See, this was just an increased recovery rate. So I got 200 mana per second out of the flask. It's very helpful. Speaking of flasks, in between, well, I think before the previous fight episode, I did switch to an Eternal Life flask for my secondary one, rather than having a Divine Life. Divine Life has a larger total life that it will restore. Eternal Life restores it faster, usually, at 4 seconds rather than 6 seconds. So this way you get more life per second, even though the total amount recovered is a little lower. But because it's not an instant heal flask, the increased life regeneration rate is probably going to be more important than the potential that it could restore. That one fractured and they died, and I got myself a Rimnor. Rimnor's him. Lovely. Order of the Frozen Sky.
Chaos Orb.
And a Chaos Orb. Don't find those all that much these days. Also, I must say, so far the map looks pretty nice. It's in terms of layout, I stuck to just basically to the left-hand wall, the good old left-hand rule. And it mostly got me to the boss fight, and then it got me to the end, and then I just doubled back, and it turns out it is actually relatively narrow. And we're probably gonna go into a small loop here and then just wrap things up. It's relatively efficient. Got a nice bottleneck here that I can use to just put a lot of arc traps on the floor, and the enemies will kill their buddies that way. And of course, Alpha on the other side. Still had to find her. 41 mobs remaining. Oh, and as I speculated a bit earlier, it is indeed a dead end on the other side. So there is a minimal amount of backtracking here after all. Well, let's not get too close to you. Refresh the golem. Oh, there's more. And now there's none. Well, except for Alpha. She is the only one. But she's not a monster, so it doesn't really count that way. Tormented cells. So with spirits, in the patch note for the previous patch, they did say that they overhauled the placement a little bit. So hopefully the spirits will actually torment something rather than just booing around. And we might as well try to connect it to the pit, so that is the top left. So upgrade top left. Let's try. I just realized this is a yellow map, so I'm gonna get the unlock, but I didn't get the bonus unlock because, of course, I need to have it as a rare. Funny little thing, just playing the map as I found it rather than cleansing it, okay? And no, rather than scouring it and then alking it. You. Stop trying to attack me from the side. Yep. Okay, killed your boss. Opened it. Great. Now we murder. Well, we murder some more. Except I was already murdering.
Orb of Alchemy.
Oopsie. Orb of Alchemy. I wanted one of those. So, torture gauge. I think I could still do with a third level version of those. And we do need to connect the two parts at some point, but well, there's plenty of opportunities remaining. And yeah, that's a good point to call it. So we cleared the room, and yeah, we unlocked the map on the map, but the bonus was not there. Wait, actually that is the maze. Fields, yeah, that's it. Didn't I do that as a rare? Okay, I'm just totally confusing myself, aren't I? I'm totally confusing myself. So, let's see. Academy. Yeah, we did play it. Same for the fields, but for the fields I would have sworn we played it as a rare. That is odd. That is odd. So maybe I should have waited until something spawned or something. So I would have sworn we killed the guy in the end. Oh well. A little bit of a confused episode. We did do some of the higher tier maps. Let's just play it as blue. And did we do a rare for the first one? That's also very possible. Oh well, anyway. Made some more progress. These maps, I might not have the bonus, so I don't get the bonus percentage, but they have been unlocked. So whenever I kill something, whenever maps roll, they do have the opportunity to drop now. That is the important part. And unlocking them for the bonus is gonna happen at some point in the future. That's gonna be okay. So for now, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.